Hey, Percussion. Good morning. How are we doing on this Friday? Fun Friday. If you recognize me, then you were raised right. I am Han Solo today from the original Star Wars trilogy, albeit a somewhat overweight Han Solo. I'll give you that. All right. So we are moving on today. We are on 3.26. 3.26. Now, hopefully you're working on your 16th notes. Always saying it. 1 and 2 and 3 and the 4 and the 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 and the 1. Any way you want to do that. All right. Today we are talking about some dynamic changes. Up till now, our dynamics have changed, just jump from one thing to the next. Forte, piano, mezzo forte, mezzo piano, whatever. Now we're going to talk about how we can gradually change dynamics. All right. And those symbols are called a crescendo and a decrescendo. I'm on 3.26. All right, 3.26, crescendo and decrescendo. Practice saying that so you've got those terms down. Crescendo, decrescendo. All right, crescendo, and the visual symbol is exactly what you expect. For crescendo, it's two lines that get bigger because we get louder, and decrescendo, we get softer and the lines get smaller. All right, so if we look at 3.26, what you do is you start piano, and then there's that crescendo mark. You get louder for each note up to a mezzo forte. And then you decrescendo down to piano. And then you crescendo again up to mezzo forte. And then you decrescendo down to piano. And again to mezzo forte, and back down to piano. And again to mezzo forte, and that's where we end the song. Other than that, you have bounce strokes in this. That's the only other thing you have to contend with in this particular line. So let's do 3.26 with crescendos and decrescendos. 1 and 2 and ready and go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, it's really pretty easy. Work your bounces, all right? But remember, the bounces have to get bigger as you're crescendoing or smaller as you're decrescendoing, all right? 3.27, 3/4 time. We have a few crescendos and decrescendos in it, some accents. That's about it. Visual clutter with the suspended cymbal line, bass drums, and tambourine. All right, so focus on what you're dealing with here. We're just playing the snare line. 1 and ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Right? All the way up to forte. 328. We have some 16th note readings today. All right? Let's just talk our way through this one. Ready? Go. 1, 2 and 3 E and a 4. 1, 2 and 3 E and a 4 and 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4 and 1, 2 and 3. You can say that. You don't have too much trouble playing it. 2, ready and go. 1, 2 and 3 E and a 4. 1, 2 and 3 E and a 4. 3 and a 4 and 1, 2 and 3. Forte with accents. All right, a little bit of arm on those accents. Not a ton, just a little. Don't get crazy. It's still music. All right, next page. 3.29. 3 lines long. Okay, pretty repetitive. Some 16th notes. A little bit of dynamic change right there at the end. We have a crescendo to forte, mezzo forte, mezzo piano, mezzo forte, and a crescendo at the end. Check it out. Get the visual clutter out of your head. Follow, trace it with your hand maybe. Make sure you understand the snare line. We're going to try this without counting it first, though I definitely recommend you go through it and count it first. We're in 3/4 time. Starts with a rest. 2 and ready and go. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1 and a 2. 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1 and a 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3, 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. All right, got that crescendo, the accents. Be careful that every time you play 16ths, you don't go nuts. All right, you can have piano 16ths, mezzo piano 16ths, mezzo forte 16ths. It doesn't have, you don't have to hammer down on it and go nuts every time you have 16th notes. Just 2 and a 3. Just move your hands in that speed. All right, 330. 330. We have some paradiddles here. Paradiddles, some flams, crescendos and decrescendos, mezzo forte to forte, back to mezzo piano, piano, crescendo to forte. Here we go. 2 and ready and go. Paradiddle, 3, 4, 1. And I didn't do much of a crescendo there. Let's try that again. Ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. All right. I always get concerned how much I show you on fortes, because I'm afraid you guys will go insane on the fortes, and especially on flams. You start flailing at it. All right, you still have to use good technique. One stick down, one stick up. You can play that forte without swinging your arms way up in the air. All right, 331. Moving on, we'll play a lot of territory today because there's nothing new in any of this. All right, 331. 1 mezzo piano, crescendo, mezzo forte. We have a repeat. Other than that, pretty straight ahead. 2 and ready and go. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right. 3.32 has got a little visual clutter. It's also got flams, mostly flams, okay? Your dynamic is forte all the way through, all right? And we have 3-note pickups. I mean, the song starts on count 2. So I'll give you 4 plus 1. Ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4. Now I purposely did flam taps 2 before 9 and straight alternation at the end because I want you to understand you can do it any way you want to, whatever seems right for you. If we were going to be strict about the dynamics, we probably wouldn't want to do flam taps because that tap is going to be a little softer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we keep it the dynamic a little more steady through there, all forte across the measure. All right, 3.33, 3/4 time, 16th counting, mezzo piano, crescendo to forte, pretty straight ahead. 1 and ready and go. 1 and 2 and 3, 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 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay? As long as you're doing your warm-ups and working on saying and playing those 16ths even, you're not going to have any trouble with this. But if you just work in the book, the 16th notes are going to be, it's going to take you longer to get to where you can play smooth 16ths. You need to spend time just working 16ths as a rudiment, as a fundamental. It's not a rudiment, but as a fundamental. And till that starts to feel really smooth and fine, just as easy as when you can do that and it doesn't feel like you're just fighting it, then the lines are going to come easy. All right? That's going to do it today. We'll get into something new tomorrow. And before you know it, we are going to be done with part 3. So hang in there. Good job. Have a good weekend. May the force be with you.